welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here for the very first time. So, Jonah, I'll ask you to introduce yourself a little bit if you don't mind.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Jonah. I am a dancer, an actor, and now, from this point on,
A radio star.
a radio personality.
Listen to that voice, Kate.
Yeah.
The bass.
Oh, this is the first time I've ever heard that before.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much.
But this is not your first time on the radio. You've been on once before, yeah?
Yes, this is officially my second time on the radio.
You're an old pro now.
I've got all the skills down.
Well, again, thank you for joining us today. It's really great to have you here,
And
Jonah.
thank you so much
Where
for
are you from,
having
by
me.
the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm originally from Hawaii,
Oh, nice.
by way of LA,
Okay.
and I've been here in Korea for almost 9 years now.
That makes our second Hawaii guest on the show. I mean, Kate, is it weird if we ask if he knows Angie?
Who is the first?
Angie Park, do you know her?
Angela Park.
See,
No.
I know, and I knew not to do that.
Yeah.
I knew not to do it because
Oh.
people do it to me all the time. Like, oh, you're Canadian. I have a friend from Vancouver. Do you know him? I'm like, well, no.
I mean, I think it is more probable. Hawaii is smaller than Canada.
It's true.
True, but I'm from an island that not many people live.
Ooh, do tell.
I'm from the Big Island.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Oh, the Big Island is the island where not so many people live.
I mean,
Well,
it's less.
Less.
Yeah,
Of course,
Oahu
everybody's
is the
first
one.
thought is Honolulu.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
If you guys know Kona coffee, I'm
Oh, I
from,
love Kona coffee.
that's where I'm from.
My
Kona.
favorite.
Very good. The claim to fame, huh?
I tell everyone, yeah,
Awesome.
I'm from a coffee plantation.
I love it. Great to meet you, Jonah. Once again,
you
great
so
to have
much.
you here. Mystery Mojo. How uncomfortable does that voice make you, Jonah?
Well, honestly, the mystery mogul. That's my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah, see, it's a great intro.
I keep trying to get support so we can get rid of that thing, but
No!
I haven't found it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hated
There
it.
we go. Thank
it
you,
was
Jonah.
terrible.
Mystery Mogul begins on a Thursday afternoon. Jonah, give us a little teaser of what we're learning about today.
Well, today it's the story of a mysterious bridge in the Scottish countryside, said to be responsible for the deaths of at least 300 dogs.
What?
Some say the dogs become possessed the moment they reach the bridge.
Really?
So could there be something sinister going on here?
They're jumping off the bridge and they're behaving strangely once they get to
Once
the bridge.
they get to the bridge.
Curious story. Jonah, are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Let's do it.
In the Scottish town of Dumbarton lies a bridge with a tragic history. The Overton Bridge, as it stands today, lies 15 meters high above a rocky ravine where the waters of the Sparty Lynn River flow. The bridge was originally built in 1895 as an extension of a driveway leading to the Overton estate by its owner, James White. Since then, however, it has flourished into a popular destination for pedestrians and dog owners due to the area's greenery and the ornate and historic design of the on-site house. But behind the lush facade lies a deadly phenomenon. Dating back to at least 1950, this bridge has been the cause of death for more than 300 dogs. But how? Death by suicide.
Oh my gosh.
Scores of walkers have reported incidents where their dogs suddenly become possessed, running towards the bridge and throwing themselves off the side, only to meet their demise on the rocks below. Some witnesses claim to have seen dogs climb the bridge's wall and look before making the jump. More disturbingly, those who survived the fall scale the ravine and go for another attempt. In one case, a woman named Lottie McKinnon was walking her border collie, Bonnie, across the bridge. Suddenly, she could feel her dog change. At first, she froze in place. Then, possessed by uncharacteristic energy, pulled away from her owner and leaped over the side. Bonnie was one of the lucky ones who survived, though. In another account, David and Louise McPhail were walking their Labrador, Sophie. Before they could even scream, Sophie had turned and thrown herself over the side. All of the dogs who jump do it from the same spot on the bridge between the last two parapets, and always on a clear, sunny day. Of course, the distress caused by this trend of doggy suicides led to an investigation by the Scottish Society for the Prevention of Animal Cruelty. But they were unable to devise a reasonable explanation. Locals who grew up in the vicinity of the grounds have a different story to tell. Legend has it that the White Lady of Overton, believed to be the ghost of the ex-estate owner's grieving widow, haunts the grounds to this day. Ghost sightings in the windows of the house and around the gardens have been reported for decades, and many of the locals insist that the lady's spirit is compelling dogs to jump. Another, darker take on this story relates to a horrific event in 1994. A 32-year-old man threw his infant son to his death on a clear day between the last two parapets of the bridge,
Same place.
claiming his child was the Antichrist. The man tried to kill himself twice, first by following his son off the bridge, which he was stopped from doing by his wife, but then by slashing his wrists with a knife he had found. The child died in the hospital the following day. The man was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity in a unanimous verdict and was committed to a psychiatric hospital. So what is really the cause of these canine suicides? Is there a reasonable explanation? Is it demons? Or is there some supernatural rift in that one spot on the bridge?
Jonah, can you come to my house and read me a bedtime story tonight?
In that voice?
Good night, Daddy. See you tomorrow.
Good night, son.
We'll get the answer to what happened with this mystery when we come back. Here's the beat. So we've got a bridge in Scotland where dogs specifically, right?
Yes,
Not
dogs.
not cats or
Nope, only dogs.
rabbits or anything.
Would you walk your cat?
Some people
Some
walk their
people walk
cats.
their
They do?
cats.
Yeah, some
yeah.
people have a leash for their cat.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not really sure how well that works out for them.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. I like it when I see that. Anyway, so this particular bridge in this Scottish town of Dumbarton, the Overton Bridge, and this bridge is still here today.
But yes, this bridge is still standing, still a popular place.
The mystery
Until now.
exists of the deaths of over 300 dogs. You talked about a couple of theories, Jonah, but tell us some more about those.
So there are a couple different theories. Of course, there's the supernatural ones. We've got the Lady of Overton
Yeah.
that is compelling these dogs to jump off the side. And then we have the sacrifice of the son, possibly causing a supernatural rift in reality
Okay.
in that one spot.
Yeah, because it's not the whole bridge. It's one,
It's only, yeah.
one particular spot.
So regardless of which side you start walking your dog from, once they reach a certain point, then all of a sudden something takes over and they run for that one particular spot on
and
the
just
bridge.
jump. Kate, any theories you thought of what this might be?
No, but that story of the dad and what he did to his son,
Yeah.
it's kind of eerie that it happened on a clear sunny day and that exact location. And all of these doggy jumps, I'm just going to call it jumps. I can't bear myself to
I
say
know.
that word.
Same.
It all happened on a clear sunny day, which makes it all the more mysterious, ominous.
I think so too.
Like there's some sort of the sun has to be a factor somehow because otherwise it would have happened on cloudy days too, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking that the sun reflects off of some sort of rock surface on the cliffside or something like
okay.
that.
Let me give you one more particular detail that relates to this.
Okay.
All of the dog breeds that have been reported are all dog breeds that have long noses.
They all have long noses.
Yes, they all have long
Oh,
noses. So
that
maybe a
means-
little hint
that
to
means
what
not-
might be going on here.
Nothing to me.
Maybe they're long nose, so they have
Smell?
a better sense of smell. Maybe
There's something. Okay, so the sun is cooking something
below the bridge.
below the bridge in that particular spot that smells good to the dogs, maybe?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
gotta
Why
be-
are you looking at me for approval?
It
Kate,
has
you
to-
have all the answers.
It has to
Please
be an
tell.
attractive smell, does it not?
Yes.
Somehow, some way. Not a repelling smell. All right, so what if people come up with then?
So the first thing we should address is that doggy jumping,
Yes.
the choice to jump,
Bungee jumping minus
bungee
the
jumping
cord.
off of a bridge for a dog, is that even capable in their thought process?
Oh,
so
yeah.
most animal psychologists would say that the idea of jumping of your own volition is not something a dog is capable of doing on their own
Okay.
Yeah.
because the concept of that is largely a human construct.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Dogs are said to have roughly the brain capacity of a 2-year-old
Yeah.
human child. So the concept of life and death isn't really
There.
something that they can.
So did anybody look into this, experts or anything like that?
Exactly. So in 2010, an animal behaviorist named David Sands visited the bridge and concluded that dogs certainly were not killing themselves on purpose.
Yeah.
So he found that there are particularly strong wild animal scents under the bridge, especially of mice and minks.
Okay.
So minks are notorious for their odor. So in a separate study by Sands, the scents of mice and minks were sprayed into an open field.
Yeah.
So, and then 10 dogs were released into the field, and 7 out of the 10 dogs made a beeline directly for the mink scent.
Oh, really? They're super attracted to it.
Something about the smell of mink makes dogs
Kind of go nuts.
go
huh?
crazy for it.
And you said that they're long-nosed, which means, like Kate said, a stronger sense of smell, which
Exactly.
attracts them even more.
Yes.
my
So
gosh.
dog breeds that have longer noses have more olfactory glands, meaning that the strength of their smelling
Smell.
ability
Yeah.
Yeah.
is much stronger than other breeds.
So there you go. We have an answer. And probably there's that spot on the bridge. When a dog goes running towards it,
Yeah.
they don't know that the road is going to stop. They get to the edge of the bridge and go, uh-oh, and then phew, off they go.
So exactly, the way that the bridge is built is there is a divider, but it's very flat. So from a dog's short perspective, they cannot see that there's a drop off.
They think it's just going to keep going.
They think that they can just keep going.
Wow.
So
Jonah.
unfortunately, it's an accident.
They're going to have to put a fence up there
They
or something,
should.
That's
right?
what I said, but
Yeah.
to this day they haven't put any extra dividers.
Oh, man.
Really interesting story, Jonah. Thank you for that. And now we move on